contest set for one fall is for the WWE Championship.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Welcome to Around the Turnbuckle 3WA pre-show, April 23rd. I'm the Big Albowski. That is Professor Keith. And our guest host today, ladies and gentlemen, is the one, the only, the bleeder of ECW legends, the franchise of 3WA. Your rating, defending 3WA Hardcore Champion, JT Cage.
He didn't beat Shane Douglas.
Shut up. But first of all, let me just point out the fact that I'm still not on the edge. Where is my black and white picture during the intro? I see you there.
I need to fix that. I did not. In my defense, I did not create that intro. That was created by a fan.
This is my show, so you tell whatever fan to get it right. I want my black and white picture on the intro for these pre-shows. This is my show. But I did like the intro. It's about damn time you give me the respect that I rightfully deserve as the 11-month reign as 3WA Hardcore Champion and a national treasure.
Damn near a year, Keith. What do you think of that?
It's impressive. It's no doubt impressive. And if he can get by Cody Rhodes tonight, Rose Gold, Cody Rhodes, it's going to be 12 months. It's going to be a year.
You're damn right. I said it last night. I talked about it last night on the interwebs about how the fate of 3WA and everyone's hearts lies in Rose Gold, Cody Rhodes' hands, because these idiot fans don't want to see me be 1 year as a champion. So it all lies on Cody Rhodes today.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that the fans don't want you to be hardcore champion for a year?
Listen to them. I mean, last show, I'm fighting the so-called franchise, Shane Douglas, and I come out to a chorus of boos. I come out to middle fingers in my face. They try to ECW me all up in my face, and I gave it back to them. They don't like me. They don't like the dealings that I do, and that's on them. So, yes, by default, they're going to be rooting for Cody Rhodes.
To me, they're jealous, Keith.
And I love how JT just acts completely blameless. Like, he didn't just call them morons. Like, he doesn't call them morons all the time or tell them not to cheer for him or he doesn't like them. Completely gloss over that. That didn't happen. That's something else. Some alternate JT Cage.
Look, Keith. Professor, which you have no doctrines in being a professor.
You haven't seen my school transcripts.
No, I call them morons and idiot fans because of the stuff they call me. They started it.
Oh, okay.
3 years ago, I made a simple business decision to join the original Hat Guy for his knowledge of the business and his tutelage and his mentorship. And then instantly, before even knowing why I did it, before I even give an explanation why, they called me an asshole. They called me a sellout. They did all this to me. I'm just literally just reacting. They want to be assholes to me. I'll be a dick to them.
Two wrongs make a right. Perfect.
Right. I'm always right. That's why I am champion almost a year. and that's why I will be champion come May, and be your reigning and defending 3WA Hardcore Champion for 1 calendar year. Shut up, Dina. You make me sick. You couldn't even spell your own name right. Trug guy. You can't even spell your own name. Dina, you grow up. Go to school, learn how to spell your own damn name. You look stupid right now. You look stupid. Tell me, come, Professor Abeg. She's stupid. She couldn't even spell her own last name right.
Misspellings happen.
Wow. This barely started and my blood pressure's up.
All right, calm down. But I do want to ask you a question before we get into card. I want to ask you the mindset of your manager, the original Hat Guy, because I am concerned. I got to say, Keith might not be concerned, but I'm concerned because this man is a manager. And tonight in Quakertown, he's stepping into the ring, teaming up with the world heavyweight champion, Tyler Sims, against Mike Mars. I want
very angry Mike Mars.
Can you please speak to the mindset of the original Hat Guy?
You know what? The reason he's absent in his presence right now is because he's trying to prepare for this match. Trust me, the Hat Guy's ready. We've been training. We went to Planet Fitness a couple of times. Just a couple, you know, but enough. That he needs to get in the physical shape that he needs to be in, the mental state that he needs to be in, the mental clarity. Like he said yesterday, too, on this video that we did, he's ready. He was afraid at first, and you've seen it before we got attacked by a roadblock, me trying to mentally prepare him for this and to take this serious and stop being a scaredy cat and man the hell up. And he did just that. Hat Guy is ready. And as the original family, there's always a plan in place. But am I going to tell you that plan? No. Of course not. Come on.
And I wouldn't ask it. Professor might, but I won't.
But Hat Guy got stuff. He ready. He ready. Just know that. Hat Guy is ready. The original Hat Guy is ready. Tyler Sims, he's ready. You know, I've been on the phone with him as well, making sure he's prepared for this. I mean, it's for the heavyweight championship of 3WA. Hat Guy ain't going to jeopardize that for his man.
Hat Guy,
that's his big meal ticket.
At least this dude spelled his name right, I hope. Hat Guy next.
What's up, Aiden?
No, you idiot. See, the title, like, even if Hat Guy wins the match, it's still Tyler Sims the champion. It's just the championship's being defended in a handicap match.
In the handicap match.
Right.
Shut up.
It just gives Mike Mars a weak link to attack and another person to try to win the championship from.
Absolutely.
Wait, time out. Well, Mike Mars is the one that asked for this match.
He did.
Be like, oh, put me in this match. No, Mike Mars asked for this.
I've heard that Hat Guy has appealed to all of his lawyers and absolutely tried to get out of this match, and Dino Santa said, no way, you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to suck it up and do it. And now here we are.
So when Mike Mars loses his match, who is there to blame but Dino Santa himself? That guy didn't want to do this, but you forced his hand into it. So now when Mike Mars loses, we're going to say, well, they beat me 2-on-1. No, it's your deal. Deal with it.
Well, that remains to be seen. Well, I did want to ask you guys, with the attack from Brickhouse, what kind of shape are you and Hat Guy in? Have you fully recovered from that attack? I mean, we saw.
Well,
yes, we saw.
Nothing because he's too scared.
Yeah, I apologize. Roadblock.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Crony roadblock to attack us at our sanctuary.
Yeah, are you guys all right?
Yes, I'm fine. It took about a week to recover and everything like that, but I'm fine. I'm pissed off. I can't get my hands on them because, as you know, the stipulation for this show is we cannot be within 100 feet or whatever feet with amongst each other, and that includes Slayer, that includes Roadblock, that includes Brickhouse, of course Malcolm King, of course me, of course Hat Guy, and even that chick that needs to go back to the kitchen, Autumn Breeze. So none of us could be near each other tonight. Roadblock took advantage of that fact because apparently he found the loophole where it just applies in Quakertown, but not here in beautiful, sunny Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. So he took it upon himself to scoop out, find out, maybe because Big Albowski, I know you're like the stalker of all stalkers. Maybe you tipped them off where we're at.
Don't throw me in there. No way. Do not associate me with Do not associate me with Brickhouse.
You knew about
Brickhouse or Roadblock.
Or whatever he was doing. You knew
that is the furthest thing from the truth. Do not associate me with Roadblock.
Oh, he was at SmackDown. Now you're probably like, oh, they're right here, and you told them where we were. And
when it comes to Greg the Mechanic Manual, yeah, that's a totally different story. But you're talking about Roadblock. I have nothing to do with Roadblock or James Brick.
That's a shame. He's a mechanic. He ain't making that much money. He's gonna steal
but
from him.
But listen to me, Mr. Cage. For a second, indulge me for a second.
Oh God.
I have a surprise for you.
Really?
And I have a surprise for everybody watching. And I have a surprise for the professor because none of you know exactly what I'm about to do or say. And that is joining us live right now is the current 3WA heavyweight champion, top shelf, Tyler Sims.
Oh, my.
JT Cage, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, Tyler? How's it going?
Just finished preparing at the gym, getting ready to come out there tonight.
Damn right. See, I told you they ready. Y'all don't be believing what I say.
Did you like my surprise, Mr. Cage?
I love the surprise. I
bet the professor liked it a little more.
I don't think so.
Well, no, it's a pleasure to finally have you on the show, Tyler.
I bet.
So while we have you there, Mr. Sims, I would like you to speak on your match tonight, teaming up with the Hat Guy against your longtime friend/rival, Michael Mars.
Yeah, we've been going back and forth probably since we broke into the business over 20 years. He's always been jealous, knows I'm better than him. We could just look at the list of accomplishments we've made. I probably have 3 times the titles that he's won. Most of the titles he's won with me.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to go jump in with his friendship with Dino. Dino's always had a soft spot for him.
Mm-hmm.
So when Michael Mars tries to get his way, Dino, of course, is going to give in. And now the Hat Guy, he thinks is going to have to suffer because he's going to try to get his hands on the Hat Guy. I already made it very clear to the Hat Guy that's not going to happen. I got his back.
Well, yeah, I hope so. I hope that the Hat Guy, I am concerned for the Hat Guy. He is a manager. He's not a wrestler, but I have faith that you, being who you are and being the champion that you are, you will not let Michael Mars lay a finger on the Hat Guy.
No, my biggest problem I have with tonight, though, that I've been talking to my lawyers about is that title being on the line tonight. He hasn't earned a rematch. He cheated to try to win last time, and that didn't work. So Dino thinks the way we're going to get Michael Mars the title is to get Hat Guy in there and let the Hat Guy try to get pinned. That's not going to happen. If Michael Mars wants to win that title, he needs to beat me.
Okay, so let me get this straight so that the fans understand this. If Michael Mars pins the Hat Guy, you lose the championship?
Yeah, and it's bull.
Yeah, that's
how a handicap match works.
Which I'm trying to get that out there. I have been on the phone nonstop with my lawyers because that's just not fair. The champion needs to lose the title. So I've been talking to the lawyers. I've been trying to talk to Dino about it. My thinking is if Michael Mars wins tonight, he gets a rematch. He doesn't deserve to win the title if he pins the Hat Guy. The Hat Guy's not a wrestler.
Exactly.
Professor, you agree with any of that?
Well, I mean, the rules of a handicap match state you can pin either member of the team. I'm not sure why Tyler Sims is so worried about the Hat Guy being pinned, since Tyler already told us Michael Mars isn't going to be allowed to touch the Hat Guy. So which one is it? If he can't touch the Hat Guy, he can't pin the Hat Guy, but you're worried that he's going to pin the Hat Guy. So are you saying
no plans?
Really, 100%. Realistically, he might get his hands on him.
No plan is 100%.
Gentlemen,
there's always something that could go wrong. I could slip, I could fall, I could be dealing with somebody else. Michael Mars could bring friends. I'd have to deal with them. And as I'm doing it, he could sneak up and get the Hat Guy.
You have the original family. You got JT Cage here to back you up.
Oh,
I got that. Oh, and the biggest thing is Dino made sure that we had a little bit of a disadvantage. You're going to notice that Malcolm King isn't going to be there because he suspended him for this show because of what happened with
Autumn Breeze.
Autumn Breeze.
Yeah, so I was going to bring that up before you broke it. Yeah, like, so Malcolm King's not even going to be here. He's suspended for choke slamming that broad.
Yeah, so the big man isn't going to be there because of Dino Santa trying to stack the odds against the champ.
Well, okay, gentlemen, in the interest of fairness, he has asked me for this time. Be assured that he has asked me for this time. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger against Tyler Sims and the original Hack Guy, Michael Mars.
What is
Equal time.
Hello, gentlemen. And
Wow.
I'm talking to two of you right there.
Wow, he pulled himself away from the mirror long enough to come talk to us?
Really?
I'm sorry, champ. You know, we can't be all as high class as you there in your hoodie and, you know, what is that, a rented Taurus or whatever there? You're looking good, though, man.
The champ always looks good.
Always trying to be smart.
Yeah, I beg to differ. I don't have to try, JT. That's what you morons don't realize. Like, you're sitting here, you're complaining, you got a disadvantage because you don't have Malcolm King with you. The Hat Guy's got to get in the ring. Guess what, boys? To me, it still looks like it's 3-on-1. And then you're complaining that he's suspended because he beat up a woman. But, you know, you called her a broad. You know, you're disrespectful constantly. But here's the deal. That broad kicked your ass, and you're just pissed off about it.
You know what? No. She did not kick my ass.
I think everybody that was there in the building that night would disagree with you.
I think the video does as well.
I'm about to leave this freaking show. No.
And do us all a favor.
Oh, my God. How
So,
dare
Mike Mars.
show and disrespect me?
Mike Mars, you think it's fair that if you beat the Hat Guy, you deserve to be a champ?
Yeah.
Someone with the credentials of you and ego, wouldn't you want to beat the champ one-on-one?
Oh, I'm going to do that. I just want to prove tonight that I can beat you and your idiotic manager tonight, too. And if you want to bring, you know, this guy down to the ring with you, you know, I'll make it a 3-on-1. It's fine with me, boys.
You know what, Mike Morris? You know what? I'm sick of this. You know what? You and I have a lot of history together. When you did your stuff with the AEC and you guys were thorns on my side and all that stuff and all that nonsense. And I've been wanting to get my hands on you in a long, long time since all of that. Since Banky done pinned me one time, 1, 2, 3 in the middle of that ring in Pottstown, to everything that you have done to me. Mike Morris, I hope you get what's coming to you tonight. I hope
he will. Don't worry.
Tyler Sims lays you the hell out.
To me right now, bottom shelf looks like he's about to fall asleep. You know, you don't have any energy by the time, you know, tonight rolls around. I'm sure
I'm just relaxing because I'm not scared one bit for tonight. This is a relaxation state.
Exactly.
Oh, no, I didn't say you're scared. You look like you're about to fall asleep. You know, see, this is what you guys don't do.
Well, because you do bore me. You talking does bore me.
Does
it? It is putting me to sleep because it does bore me.
So that's probably why I do a lot of late night eating and snacks.
Yeah, when you say something of importance, I might wake up.
Wow.
Guys, I appreciate, you know, the opportunity to be on here, but you have to have professional wrestlers on the show so they know when to shut up and when to talk so people aren't speaking over everyone the entire time, which makes no sense. Nobody can hear what anybody's saying. So I'll give you the opportunity right now. Say what you want to say, Chubbs. You know, Stymie can shut his mouth there in the background. You know, where's Hat Guy? He's still in the green room with Elton John, right?
Oh, God, man. Oh, my God. Wow.
Pausing like a season. You guys,
you know, you had closer seats than them for the Elton John concert. Don't try to fool these people.
Oh, no. They looked adorable in those selfies together.
You know, you were front row.
You know, I know. They're reserved for the biggest fans.
Wow.
You were front row with your I Want to Be Your Rocket Man shirt.
He was just mad he wasn't there. He wasn't invited to that VIP concert we went to. So, I can't believe why am I even entertaining this about the concerts and stuff? You got a match against one of the most fierce persons in 3WA and Tyler Sims, top shelf, baby. You got to deal with that, Michael Mars. You worry about Elton John concerts. You need to be focused.
I'm not worried about anything. I'm sitting here with my coffee, relaxing, getting ready to go to the gym. You know, you guys know what that is? The gym?
Yeah, I just left from there.
One? Or,
I just left from there.
Yeah, I know. You had to pick your laundry up that you throw, to dry over the treadmill, right? That's what you use it for. Anyway, here's the deal. Bottom shelf. We've known each other a long, long time, years before the wrestling business. I don't know if a lot of people know this. We go back, 4th grade, 9 years old, 1984.
Man.
And this guy's always been following me. Hey, Mike, what are we doing today? Hey, Mike, can I come to the show with you? Hey, Mike, you getting into the wrestling business? Do you think I can do that? Well, the wrestling business isn't for everybody. And you know what? Tonight, you're going to find out that this is not the business for you. And JT Cage, I don't know what hole you crawled out from under a few years ago, but you need to go back in it. You mentioned the AEC. And if you remember, there were no people in that building till the AEC came around. And then Dino had to start buying more chairs because we were packing out every building we were in. And you, my friend, were just lucky to be a part of it.
Oh, please. Oh, God. And I'm also the person that probably ran y'all out. Don't forget, I'm the last person you guys even faced when you jumped at 301. I was the last person you guys faced until that anniversary show last year. Yeah, it was.
I'll give you a point to that story?
Yes, I'll give you that. 3WA was built around AEC. AEC did run stuff. And then the root of it all came around. And now that's why I'm the franchise. All right. And that's
you're the franchise.
Sims by my side. That's why I got Malcolm King by my side. That's why I'm managed by the greatest manager on this side of the pond, the original hat guy. The original family is everything that AEC wanted to be, but couldn't be.
Except you're not selling the merch. Remember that, my friend. Anyway, I realized I don't need a bunch of gaggle of pirates behind me to get the job done. And if you listen to the crowd, when the ref counted 1, 2, 3, and Zach Carlucci raised my hand that night, they were going nuts. They're sick of you. They're sick of the family. They're sick of the hat guy. And if you also heard them go crazy when I announced the stipulation last month that I wanted you and the hat guy in the ring at the same time, everybody in that crowd wants to see you guys get your asses kicked. So keep on dreaming, keep on talking that you guys are the greatest, faction since the Horsemen or whatever you want to believe, because you're legends in your own minds. And tonight I'm going to show you exactly how wrong you all are.
How wrong we are. You just said you got rid of the gaggle of pirates. Do you understand and realize that since you've got rid of those gaggle and pirates, you have yet to beat me? Yeah, every time we faced since you've gotten rid of them, I've come up the victor.
It may be true, but what's also true is that you learn from your mistakes, something you guys don't do. So if I have the hat guy in the ring, I don't have to worry about him being behind my back and on that floor. I'm already thinking 2 steps ahead of you, aren't I?
He's still going to be outside the ring. There's no way you're touching him tonight.
Oh, okay. All right, so it's just going to be you.
As it always is. And you know who's going to keep winning when it's just me and you.
See, talk is small. And gentlemen, I appreciate the opportunity to come on this platform and talk to you guys. But
we appreciate you.
You guys have any questions for me? Any questions about tonight? Any questions about my history with this fool dating back to, God, I don't know, 1996, 1997, when we were the NWA New York Tag Champs. We were the Combat Zone Tag Champs, Triple WA Tag Champs way back then. And I believe it was me, and I have videotape to back me up, that got the pin when we won every single one of those belts. And I'm pretty sure it was you that took the pin when we lost those titles.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you more about that.
No. Didn't you hear 3 minutes ago when I asked these guys if they had any questions for me? I'm done talking to you.
Oh, that doesn't count. I'm the champ. I can talk anytime I want.
Here we go again.
All right.
You have such a big ego and jealous of me that what you would do every time we would team is you would make me do all the work, and then you'd come in and slide in and get the pin. Then when we this isn't 1987, you're right. Every time we did lose our titles, except this last time, was because of me. But that's because you would turn on me. This time I reversed the script and I kicked your ass. and you lost the titles.
Okay. Gentlemen, you have any questions for me?
Yeah, gentlemen, I merely brought you on here because A, I wanted your opinions on tonight's matchup. B, I wanted the fans to see what a combustible element this has become. Your history is well documented. We all know the history, but the bottom line is that eventually and down the road, Keith, and I've asked these gentlemen both, down the road we are going to have a one-on-one interview with Top Shelf Tyler Sims. We are also going to have a one-on-one interview with Michael Mars, and we are going to get to the bottom of all the history. But for tonight, I decided that they both deserve to be on this platform to speak their minds. I knew it would be combustible, Professor.
Oh, absolutely.
If you have anything to ask Mr. Mars or Mr. Sims before they leave, and you, me, and Cage get down to the rest of the card, be my guest. Your floor, Professor.
Yeah, so I mean, gentlemen, you've been, as you pointed out, you've been one of the more decorated tag teams here in the Northeast. You've been friends, you've been enemies. I mean, it's a shame to see where it's come to now, and I think both of you have to feel deep down that there is, a real loss there. Like you say, you guys go back to the 4th grade, and now here we are. Tyler, you broke Mike's arm to end your association. I mean, where does it?
9 months?
6 months.
Yeah,
6 months.
6 months. I mean,
In that 6 months, I had a lot of time to think, a lot of time to put things into perspective, a lot of times to reflect on the past and look forward to the future. Something that this guy, I'm sure, look at him. Have you ever seen a lazier looking champ? I mean, look at this guy, for God's sakes. Is that the kind of guy you want representing a company? Or do you want somebody that looks like an athlete?
I'm a winner. Doesn't matter what I look like. I am a winner.
What fast food drive-thru are you in right now?
I am a winner. And I like how everyone puts the blame on me for breaking his arm. Yes, I broke his arm. But everyone's failed to forget to tell that he's given me stitches 3 times. And I'm not the only one that has hurt each other. He's put me out of action numerous times.
Does that concern you for tonight? That he might do it again?
Not one bit. Not one bit. I'm concerned for what I might do to him. He might be out another 6 months after tonight.
That's right, baby.
I'll be all right, gentlemen.
All right.
I think so. I think you're in the shape of your life right now.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But you guys are right. It is somewhat of a shame, though, because together we obviously are the best tag team Triple WA has ever had.
Mm-hmm.
We chose when to drop those titles. No one's beat us. We beat ourselves because we wanted to. There was no competition. We are 2 of the best that the company has had. It's just unfortunate that he's selfish, and I knew that if I didn't get him first, he was going to get me. So I took advantage of it.
Hard to argue. All right, so, gentlemen, in the interest of moving this along and so that we can break down the rest of the card, I will give you each the floor one last time to speak your mind going into this big match tonight in Quakertown, starting with Mr. Mars.
Well, again, I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity to come on here and voice my opinion. And all I've got to say is, bottom shelf, you better bring whatever you have tonight, whether it's JT, whether it's the hat guy, whether it's Malcolm, whether it's a guy in the 3rd row. I don't care. But you're in for the fight of your life, and I'm going to prove it to you tonight. Like I said, I had a lot of time in 6 months to sit back and reflect and think and stew and simmer. And boys, I am beyond angry, and I'm going to do all my talking in that ring tonight.
Mr. Sims.
Seems like he did a little bit of talking there. He said a lot, but didn't say too much. The fact is, I'm the champ. I will be the champ when I go in there, and I will be the champ when I leave that building tonight.
Somebody get this guy a promo class.
Whoa, man, he's full of jokes.
He's got jokes.
Fans.
He should be a comedian, not a wrestler.
Fans, if you have never seen a 3WA live event, get your butts down to Quakertown and see this. Is going to be a big main event. Michael Mars challenging
Very combustible.
Top Shelf Tyler Sims and the Hat Guy in a handicap match for the 3WA Heavyweight Championship. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Yes, thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. We'll see you tonight. Take it easy,
I
guys.
All right.
appreciate you guys having me.
Absolutely, champ. We'll see you tonight.
All right.
All right, Mr. Cage. Before we move on, your thoughts now that those guys are gone.
Wow. Like I said, I have a lot of history with Mike Mars myself, and he is so full of himself, and he's talking about Tyler, how he's dressed and everything like that. How serious is he really taking this? He seems so confident. He seems so poised that he's going to just walk over the Hat Guy and Tyler Sims, to the point that he's addressing like how he's dressed and he's at a drive-through and stuff, instead of taking this serious. Yeah, you talk about being angry, Mike Mars, but that anger, where's going to get you? You need to take this very seriously. If you plan on thinking that you're leaving today with the 3WA Heavyweight Championship, you better take it a lot more serious instead of cracking wise, jackass. I couldn't. Yeah, if that was you want to do surprises at me, I mean I almost like closed the damn laptop.
Well, I thought you enjoyed Tyler Sims' surprise.
I enjoy Tyler Sims being on here. That you brought Michael Mars on here.
I was only trying to be fair. If anything,
here.
the professor might disagree, but if anything, I am fair.
For the most part. But I couldn't disagree more about Michael Mars not taking this match seriously. I think Michael Mars takes this match incredibly seriously. He's fighting for the 3WA Heavyweight Championship. It doesn't get much bigger than that. You know, no disrespect to you as the Hardcore Champion, and you've done an amazing job elevating the Hardcore title as well. I mean, you're almost a year as the champion. How much bragging rights will Cody Rhodes have if Cody Rhodes can walk out tonight and say, hey, I'm the guy that knocked off JT Cage, who has had an 11-month reign as Hardcore Champion, who has had some amazing matches that are going to go down in 3WA history, no doubt. I mean, you took out the Colt almost single-handedly by yourself. You had Slayer, you had Malcolm King, but a lot of those matches, it was you against one or more members of the Colt, and you held your own and you took them out. No doubt about that. But I'd also point out Michael Mars and Tyler Sims, like they just talked about, they go back to 4th grade. They've won championships together. These guys were closer than brothers at one point. You don't think Michael Mars knows how to get in Tyler Sims' head and vice versa? You don't think he was playing a little bit of mind games with Tyler Sims here?
I imagine that he was. Like, I mean, and who wouldn't? You know, if you know someone that long, since 4th grade, that's a long time to get to know somebody and know what their faults are and know all of this. But how at the same time, maybe Tyler Sims, like what Michael Mars is saying, is looking lazy or whatever. Maybe he's playing mind games with him.
Absolutely.
I mean, it goes both ways. You know, and as far as Cody Rhodes go, I mean, if you want to get into that right now, I mean, yeah, do I take him lightly? No. Like I said yesterday, like there was a time that I could not even beat Cody Rhodes. When I first started, he beat me 2 to 3 times. He left me as a tag partner one time and everything else. And finally, a few months ago, I finally got the victory over him. Now, I know there's a lot of pressure on him, being that, like, yeah, he's got a big weight to carry, being he's the last hope of beating me for the Hardcore title before I hold it for 1 year. You know what I mean? That's a lot. But at the same time, it's a lot of pressure on me, too. I got to beat the person I couldn't beat before until a few months ago. Now I got to do it again. You know what I mean? I'm not taking it lightly. Like, this whole card shouldn't be taken lightly.
No.
You know what I mean? People got stuff to scores to settle and everything else.
Well, let's get to it. Let's get to the card. All right, gentlemen. I'm gonna pop that up here for us, and lots of great matches on tonight's card, fans. If you have a chance to get down to the Quakertown Q Mart tonight, I suggest you get there. It's going to be a hell of a card. So here we go. Merrick Miami takes on the Lucha King Felipe Jr. This is the first time that these two have met. I have talked to both of them individually earlier this week, and They are both looking forward to it in many different aspects. Merrick Miami's looking forward to basically stomping his guts out, as he predicts in all his matches. Felipe Jr., on the other hand, is looking for the opportunity to elevate his career with a victory over Merrick Miami, and I think that'll exactly do that. Right, Professor?
Oh, absolutely. Merrick Miami is one of those guys, if you beat him right now in 3WA, it's going to make you. It's going to put you in the conversation for just about any championship right now. Miami's been hotter than hot, notwithstanding the loss to Evan Atlas of the 3WA Extreme title. But Miami's been on a hot streak ever since. However, I always say about Merrick Miami, and I've said it to him so he knows, pride goeth before a fall. Merrick Miami is his worst enemy in terms of taking his opponents lightly. I think he took Flash Carter lightly last month. We saw how that match went. Flash Carter almost defeated Merrick Miami. And we've seen these smaller, faster guys. Not necessarily an Achilles heel for Miami, but they seem to give him just a little bit more of a problem, a little bit more of a challenge. And you look at Felipe Jr., he's still trying to make a name for himself in 3WA. He's scratching, he's clawing. If Merrick Miami takes him lightly, I think we could see a big upset tonight.
Mr. Cage, your thoughts on this one?
Well, Merrick Miami's on a hot streak. I mean, everyone that Dino has thrown at him in the past couple of months, he's defeated. Whether it's Nico Gray, whether it's Flash Carter, whoever, Miami's been doing his thing. I mean, why should it be any different for Mr. Felipe El Lucha King Jr.? I mean, he's just making his return back to 3WA, and the landscape has changed since the last time he's been there. Actually, one of the last times he was here, I beat him. Felipe Jr., you want to come back here and think you got something to prove? Get out of my way, Toots. I can't see my face while I'm talking.
Oh, you want to? Desmond says Merrick Miami all the way.
So anyway, Felipe Jr., you think you got something to prove while you're fighting one of the best? Good luck to you, but I'm sure you're going to be welcomed properly to Miami.
Well said. I agree. All right, next up, we got Roadblock and Slayer with Mr. Brickhouse against Nico Gray and Lawrence. Am I saying this right? You can correct me if I want. Spirell.
I'm throwing up because of that face, that stupid looking face of Brickhouse on the screen. Roadblock, like his stupid face, and that idiot Slayer's stupid face. It's making me sick to my stomach. Nico Gray, too, he wants to call me out in a promo. He wants to call me out, beating some poor defenseless person, talk about he coming after me for my hardcore title when it's all said and done after May. You know what? Like, I can't stand. I don't even know Lawrence Spirals, whatever you want to call him.
Spiral. I've been corrected by a fan. It is pronounced Spiral.
Spirals. I don't give a damn. Welcome to my world. Welcome to the 3WA. I hope you enjoy your stay, but you better stay out of my way if you know what's good for you. So you want to go ahead and take on Roadblock and Slayer and Brickhouse, who I, of course, have much history with, and I would love to be out there for that match and cause some damage, but obviously I can't because of a stupid stipulation. I can't be within 100 feet. So Nico and Spiral, have fun. Go ham. Go wow.
Nico and Lawrence shouldn't be underestimated. I agree with that, Michelle. Totally.
Go back to the kitchen, Toots. Get out of my face.
Professor, your thoughts on this match before we move on?
So, lot of different elements here to my mind. Warren Spiral coming in, great chance to prove himself. Nico Gray, of course, congratulations once again, sir, on your nuptials a few weeks ago. And, that's got to put him in a great mindset right now. I'm sure coming off of that, the only thing bigger for him would be picking up a win here and continuing, as JT Cage alluded to, that march towards the Hardcore Champion. We know Nico Gray has had his eyes on JT Cage and the Hardcore title for quite some time. And on paper, it would really look like Roadblock and Slayer would have the advantage here based on their win-loss records and what they mean in 3WA. But let's not forget the last time that we saw Roadblock and Slayer team up, that didn't go so hot for them. Slayer got distracted by Nico Gray. Slayer walked off. Roadblock was left on his own with Brickhouse. The plan didn't come together. So you got to ask yourself.
Don't skip over that. Who won that match, please? For people who didn't see.
Yeah, who won that match?
Yourself. That was yourself and Malcolm King.
Continue.
Which had at the time led us to speculate that perhaps some money changed hands between the original family and Nico Gray.
Absolutely
Obviously,
not.
that has been proven false.
That is not my speculation. That is your speculation, not mine.
I'm sure a lot of the fans speculated that as well. It looked a little too convenient at the time. But we've since found out Nico Gray.
Keep running your mouth. Can't wait to see you lose.
Get these bras off the TV. Blocking my face.
Yeah.
People come to see me and this face. And then she all here talking about child support.
Well,
they ain't getting a dime from me, toots.
What I see in this match, gentlemen, is Roadblock and Slayer are taking on two very tough and very unpredictable customers in possibly a tune-up for the big match in May with the original family. But as Michelle said, they should not underestimate these two. All right, Nico Gray and Lawrence Spiral, they should not underestimate them by any means. So it's going to be a fight. God knows what might happen here, but they might take them lightly. That's all I'm saying.
I hope they kill them. I hope Nico Gray and Lawrence Spiral beat the hell out of Roadblock and Slayer and get your hands on Brickhouse too with his stupid smug face. That punk ass. Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Just stupid stipulation. Right. I can't do anything.
Hey, calm down. Calm down. All right, Hat Guy's not there to fan you down. All right, I need to keep your blood pressure low so that you can fight tonight. You got Cody Rhodes. Okay. He's Keith. All right. Anyway, moving on. General Kiesel in a rematch versus Tommy Vex when these two guys have had their feud over the past couple of months. And, General Kiesel last time, if I recall, Keith, got disqualified by hitting Tommy Vex, with that staff he brings to the ring. But, I have come to respect General Kiesel, Mr. Cage. I've become, and let me explain to you why. The man is big. The man is tough. The man don't need no staff. And also, he appreciates, Mr. Cage, he appreciates good broadcast talent. If you don't believe me, listen to him.
General Kiesel here, reporting for Around the Turnbuckle. It's the WrestleMania edition, and the only thing that really matters when it comes to WrestleMania, it's the bad guys. Everybody knows that. Clearly, if you listen to the real voice, not that professor, he's the real voice, and he knows who really runs the show. So I don't care what all those other good guys are saying, because quite frankly, I'd beat them all if I had the chance. They're just lucky that it's WrestleMania weekend.
Wow.
That was his comments during our WrestleMania Spectacular, Mr. Cage. Your thoughts to that before I let the professor rebut that?
Oh, I know the professor is steaming in his glasses right now, but and he's totally right, because I would love to smack the hell out of all the so-called good guys in 3WA myself. And hats off to him. And now I'm going to give my prediction of this match. I think I was going to walk the floor with Tommy Vex, and Mary Beth to sit there and cry about it. Professor Keith, I know you're crying inside after hearing all of that, so I'm going to let you take the floor now.
Guys got jokes. Here's the thing. General Kiesel has, other than sneak attacks on Tommy Vex, has not been able to get it done. Tommy Vex has out-wrestled him last month. Mary Beth humiliated him. stunning him and leaving him laying. So General Kiesel maybe should be a little less concerned about good guys and cracking wise on me, and maybe get a little more serious about Tommy Vex, because he's going to have his hands full tonight.
Damn, Keith, why you so mad? Why you mad? Why you mad at guys? Let me talk about some stuff. Like,
You sound a bit salty there, Professor.
Oh, you salty, man. There's salt in the wounds, man. What's up?
Guy wants to come after me personally, I'll rebut him.
Damn, Keith. Damn, I didn't know you like that. I didn't know. Damn, excuse me.
I'm from Jersey.
I like it myself. Yeah, that Jersey boy, and you can't take him out of there, JT Cage.
No, you cannot. I was born and raised in Jersey.
Well, and you know all about it.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm the ruiner of it all, baby. That's why I'm the ruiner of it all. That Jersey attitude.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gentlemen, we're gonna move on. Unless you got anything else to say about this match, Professor.
No, I think once again, I know General Kiesel, and we had our fun just now, but I don't think Tommy Vex should underestimate him. Like I said, he was left laying, he was left humiliated last month. You can't count out that he's going to come back. He's going to come back with a plan tonight. But I think Tommy Vex has been on a roll ever since coming back to 3WA. He was on a roll shortly before he left. And I think, once again, Tommy Vex is going to pull it out tonight.
Okay. I got General Kiesel for the win. All right. Moving on. JT Cage's favorite, the 3WA ladies triple threat. Eris Spiral. Yes, there is an affiliation with Lawrence versus Riley Crow and Autumn Breeze, who have had their issues over the past couple of months. Professor, before Cage blows a gasket, I'm going to let you speak to this match.
So, yeah, Autumn Breeze, Riley Crow have had their issues. We've seen them in triple threats. We've seen them one-on-one. A lot of animosity there. No love lost. Both of them with eyes on potentially becoming the next 3WA Women's Champion. Eris Spiral is a newcomer. We haven't seen a lot out of her just yet. And I think this is a great opportunity for her in being in there with Autumn Breeze and Riley Crow, but also I think the issues between Autumn Breeze and Riley Crow give her a great opportunity in this match. If she can exploit that, I think she could pull off the upset, and she could walk out of here with her hand raised and put herself right in that same conversation for the next 3WA Women's Champion.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Leave me alone. I'm taking my blood pressure.
Well, all right. Well, while you're taking your blood pressure, I got a comment directed at you. Cage couldn't even hold a woman's title, quote unquote, but hopefully one of these women will be champion soon. 3WA needs a strong champion. I agree with that, Michelle.
Absolutely.
You know what? No, screw this blood pressure. Screw my blood pressure, because these women bites and stuff, and then she's all girl powering up, Michelle. Why the hell would I need the women's title if I got the 3WA hardcore title 11 months strong going a year, Toots? You tell me that. And where has our ladies women's champion been? Do you even know who she is?
I got it under extreme authority by Mr. President Santa himself that it is now vacant. That the women's title is vacant.
That's breaking news to me, because I did not know that. And I bet you damn well if Autumn Breeze will never even sniff that title. As long as I got breath in me, she will not.
Okay, so that being
my blood, don't you talk over me when it comes to that chick. Autumn Breeze, I don't care if it's the other Spiral, I don't care if it's Crow. You're gonna get what's coming to you, Toots. And again, I can't do anything. I gotta sit and be a good boy today.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere near her
because you're not as masculine as the men in the division.
That's what she said.
Yeah, but you are. You're pretty masculine, Toots. Why am I shut off? Why did my thing shut off? Am I still there?
Yeah, you're here.
Nothing shut off. You're here.
Okay, my thing went blank for a second. It's back now.
I apologize.
Autumn damn breeze. It's like summer's eve, summer's breeze, whatever.
All right. Dare I add, before we move on?
You shut up. If you watching this, Toots, You're lucky. You're lucky we can't be within 100 feet of each other. You're so damn lucky. So enjoy your match. I hope you get your ass kicked. You got my man Malcolm King suspended because you want to come out there and try to gloat about how we lost the franchise and Roadblock and the Brickhouse, Outhouse Club, whatever you want to call them. And you want to come out and hee ha ha. And you got what came to you, but then my man gets suspended. I can't stand you. You should be back in the kitchen baking brownies, doing something, cleaning a dish, cleaning a fork, a knife, a spoon, setting up a table. You should be doing that instead of competing in this 3WA ladies triple threat match. You make me sick.
I was going to ask you, why was she out there after you guys just lost your match? What was the point of her coming out there?
To gloat.
Yeah.
She rubbed it in my face. Malcolm King goes, hey, JT, look who's here. As I'm trying to get myself together after taking one of the best belly-to-belly suplexes in the business and then getting speared by Roadblock.
Shane Douglas, yep.
Yes. And I'm trying to collect my thoughts, get myself together, and then Malcolm King's like, look who's here. And I turn and look over my shoulder, and she's there like a freaking schoolgirl. So I lost my cool. I brought her. You want to be near the ring? Go ahead. Get in it. Get in the ring. Go ahead. Say something now. Say something now. And then she got what she got.
Alrighty. Let's move on. I dare not ask you to.
I ain't done my prediction. Riley Crowe and Aaron Spiral are going to kick her ass. I don't care which one gets the victory, but someone kick her ass for me, please. For the ruiner of it all, JT Cage and the rest of the original family, one of you two kick her damn ass.
Okay.
Go on. Get her off the goddamn screen.
We're moving on. We talked about this match at length, but I mean, if you want to send a personal message to Cody Rhodes, I did extend an invitation for him to be on this program. He did not reply. So if you wish to send a message straight to Cody Rhodes, if he's going to say it, the floor is yours, sir.
Cody, few hours. You got a big task at hand. You got to try to take down the franchise of 3WA. You got to try to take down the king of hardcore of 3WA. You got to try to take down the 3WA hardcore champion, JT Cage, before I make it to 12. Before I make it to 12 months. Before I make it to 1 year. Year one. You are the man that is tasked with that job. I've been through dog collar matches with thumbtacks. I've been through drywall. I've been through tables, and I busted open the franchise Shane Douglas. I've been through it all in this 1 year journey. Now it's all up to you to put an end to it. My prediction for this match, Cody Rhodes, the Rose Gold, whatever you want to call yourself, you're not going to get the job done. Because you want to know why? Because you don't have what it takes. You don't. I've been through the cult. I've been through everyone. I survived Slayer twice. I'm the man that pinned Slayer for the first time in 3 years. 1, 2, 3. I have all those accolades behind me, and you think you're just going to come in here and beat me? In fact, and I can't stand the fact that Brickhouse is giving you the credit for breaking up the Brickhouse Club, which has been a 3-year project of mine. So I'd like to slap you in the face for that. Cody, like I said yesterday, you either beat me or you leave in an ambulance. That's all I got to say about that. Professor Keith, professicate about that. Professicate about it.
Professor Keith, do you dare this match presence of the hardcore champion?
Listen, it's gonna be a good one. You know, Cody Rhodes has been on, in my mind, a voyage of discovery over the last few months. He's trying to kind of figure out where he fits in the scheme of things. And every champion. He's trying to figure out where he fits in the scheme of things. He's got a tough task tonight. JT Cage is right. He has all those accolades. You know, let's not forget, yes, he lost last month, but it took a Shane Douglas belly-to-belly suplex and it took a roadblock spear to put him down. I may disagree with some of the things that come out of Mr. Cage's mouth. I certainly don't like his comments about women. I don't like his comments about the 3WA fans. But you cannot deny his ability in that ring and his intelligence in a hardcore match. I think JT Cage is going to slip past Cody Rhodes tonight.
Okay.
Slip past. No, I'm going to beat the shit out of him. Let's say it how it should be said. I can talk on this show, right?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to beat the holy hell out of him, Keith. Slip past. Like a banana peel. I'm going to slip past.
Yeah, no. There ain't no slipping past.
Don't have the balls to say what you want to say. JT Cage going to beat the hell out of Cody Rhodes and then go on to the May anniversary show and whoop ass in the cage. Cage in the cage. You tell him like that, Keith. That's how you say it.
Michelle says, I think Cody Rhodes could shock us one of these days. He's going to have an amazing night, and maybe it's tonight.
Michelle
could be.
Shock her. You know what I mean?
Man. Okay. Moving on. The 3WA High Impact Champion, Greg the Mechanic Manuel, versus one half of Dog Nation, Sage Matthews. Interesting matchup.
Tell us, Big Albowski, what did Greg Manuel, what did he do this weekend? Because I know you know, because you're his stalker.
I'm a fan. I am not a stalker. I'm a fan. See, this is where the disrespect comes in. I do nothing but respect you. I do nothing but respect the Hat Guy. I tell it like it is, Jesse the Body Ventura style, on 3WA Carnage. And the professor tries to ground me and keep me from saying what I really want to say. But because I happen to be a fan of Greg the Mechanic Manuel, all of a sudden I'm a stalker now?
No. And Keith can agree with me with this. No, last show you were like, he went to SmackDown, he ate dinner with his family, they both shared a cup of noodles, and all.
I just meant he was in a vulnerable, tired state. That's all I said. I don't know anything about it this week. I know nothing.
What did he do this week? You know.
I know this. This is what I do know. Sage Matthews is probably his toughest test to date since winning the High Impact Championship. Would you disagree with that, Keith?
I would not. I think Sage Matthews, I think folks forget Dog Nation, as great as they are as a team, maybe not in their attitude or their manners, but in terms of in the ring, bell to bell. Because I think it's fair.
It's not fair.
It's absolutely fair.
You're singing their praises, and then it's a backhanded comment.
I'm singing their praises as athletes, as human beings. They are assholes. They pick on children. Anyway,
children yell in their faces,
and then they respond back and swear at them.
So
anyway, I think folks don't realize how good they are individually, one-on-one. Sage Matthews is a student of Rip Rogers, and we all know Rip Rogers' reputation as a trainer. He is an OVW graduate. Sage Matthews can get it done in that ring, and I think you're right. I think this may, in fact, be Greg the Mechanic's toughest test as champion. But as I said last month, Greg the Mechanic has gone from tough challenge to tough challenge to tough challenge, and he's always come out on top. I think the Mechanic thrives on being the underdog in these situations, in being underestimated, and maybe people not believing that he's going to pull it out. And you know what? I think he's going to surprise us once again tonight, and I think he's going to get past Sage Matthews.
Mr. Cage.
My car still ain't fixed, so I hope Sage kicks his ass. Be honest. Like, damn, it's been months. He's standing right there posing with a wrench in his hand. He ain't using it. My check engine light on. He ain't fixed it. That's why I got to ride with Hat everywhere, because my car ain't fixed. He's supposed to be a mechanic. Sage Matthews.
I'm gonna go out on a. So who wins this match?
I said Sage Matthews.
Okay, Sage Matthews.
And you know what? And Dog Nation, as I not made a secret about in these past pre-shows, Dog Nation is one of my favorite tag teams, probably of all time.
Sure.
3WA. No offense to Tyler Sims, what he's done with Extreme Fahrenheit with that moron Mike Mars, but Dog Nation was one of my favorites. I enjoyed watching them in the ring competing. I enjoyed their attitudes. I like the fact that they yell at kids because kids think they're so entitled to be yelling at us, but we can't yell back. Screw that. I'll cuss out a child if I need to.
Oh, I know.
I don't think anyone can say with certainty who's going to take that match. Both are amazing competitors. I agree, Michelle, but I'm going on a limb. Despite the fact that I'm wearing this, Greg, I think tonight we'll have a new 3WA High Impact champion. You heard it here first.
Yeah, title changes are exciting. I wouldn't know that because my title's never changed hands since I've had it in 11 months. But
I just know that Sage Matthews is going to do whatever he's got to do.
And I'd like to see it happen. Great mechanic, don't even fix cars. I hope he loses.
And speaking of Dog Nation, his partner, Alan Clayball, also gets a title match opportunity. 3WA Extreme Championship against the Beast, the full-time Beast, Evan Atlas. So,
what is a job?
Dog Nation, Professor, will Dog Nation walk out of here with singles titles, both of them? No? Yes? No?
It may well happen. Alan Clayball, last time I checked, he is still the SWO heavyweight champion. Nothing to sneeze at there. So this is a man that's not a stranger to singles gold, nor is his partner. However, Evan Atlas has been a very game champion ever since winning the 3WA Extreme Championship from Merrick, Miami, as I alluded to earlier. Not a lot of flaws in his game. However, we know Alan Clayball is one of those folks that isn't averse to bending the rules, sometimes outright breaking them in the hopes of getting a win. We saw Merrick, Miami very effectively defend the 3WA Extreme Championship by breaking rules, by, getting disqualified to hit someone with a foreign object just to get that advantage in the next few falls. And I'm sure Alan Clayball has been very smart. He's watched the video, he's studied, he knows what he's up against, and he knows where the latitude might be to do something like that strategically.
2 out of 3 falls, right?
2 out of 3 falls. That is how the Extreme Championship is defended, one-on-one. So it's going to be a heck of a match. I think maybe some people might even be sleeping on this match during this show and how good it could be. However, I think Evan Atlas is on too much of a roll right now. I think Alan Clayball is going to look great in there. He's going to open some eyes. But I think Evan Atlas is still going to be able to retain the championship.
Mr. Cage, your prediction?
My prediction is this. I think that Dog Nation, both Sage Matthews and Alan Clayball, are both leaving with singles gold. And that's going to be amazing, being that they're the former tag team champions. They did lose the tag team titles, but then they walk away with 2 single titles. So does that make them the tag team champions of singles titles? Or I don't know how that would work, but I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to see 2 new champions. One being
I love it, and I hope you're right.
Ball, and the other one being the high impact champion, Sage Matthews.
I hope you are exactly correct. I agree with everything you just said. But speaking of the tag team championships, Tony Cini and Suicide Myers back to defend against the #1 contenders, Wyndham James Winthorpe III and Theo Ivory, collectively rule Britannia. Professor, do we have new tag team champions tonight?
I wouldn't rule it out. We know Wyndham James Winthorpe. We know his history. We know his pedigree. One of the longest reigning 3WA champions in history. He's been a terror throughout the promotion, and anywhere he works throughout the Northeast, he's one of those guys you can't sleep on. He's forgotten more about wrestling than some people will know. He's certainly willing to, fight dirty and play the advantages. Theo Ivory has been getting better and better every time I see him. Maybe coming in with a little bit of a distraction tonight. Theo Ivory has had a personal loss that, despite our disagreements about his attitude and how he conducts himself, we certainly wish him our best and give him our condolences on that.
Condolences to the family, Theo Ivory, from around
absolutely. Absolutely. However, Tony Cheney and Suicide Myers, we know what they did and what they went through to win those tag team titles. Sometimes two men just come together and there's magic there. There is, and they have been magic since the beginning. They took those titles from Dog Nation, and we've just talked about how great Dog Nation is. It's a hard one to call, but I think Tony Cheney and Suicide Myers, I think they've got something to prove, even though they are the champions. I think they're on a roll right now, and I think Rule Britannia, after last month, looking at them with Dog Nation, maybe they haven't worked out all the kinks yet. I think it's going to be a great match, but I think the champions are going to be able to retain.
All right, Mr. Cage, who wins this?
For this one, I think that Tony Cheney and Suicide Myers are going to have a short reign as champions. And what do you call them? Rule Britannica?
Rule Britannia.
Yeah.
Okay, was that for, like, about encyclopedias or something? I don't know.
That's the name they came up with.
I don't even know what that means.
That's
but
their
whatever.
name.
They're British tough. You know what I mean? When they put down the T, they kick ass. And I think, and Tony Cheney and Suicide Myers, they're like an odd couple. You know, which works sometimes. You know, they won the tag title of Dog Nation. But I just think that Wyndham and Theo are going to be on a more cohesive page of things. And I think that's going to work in their advantage. Again, like you guys said, condolences to Theo Ivory on the loss of his loved one. And but also that's probably going to fire him up even more.
My prediction is that Theo Ivory is going to fight the fight of his life tonight. He's going to have a lot on his mind. He's going to do it out of emotion, and I hope he comes up out on top. Him and I have a lot of respect for both of them. I don't have a lot of love for both of them, but I hope they come out on top and win some gold here tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and predict that the champions retain one way or another. I just think they have momentum. They're starting to get their stuff together, and I think the champions will retain in this matchup, but I wish Rule Britannia the best of luck, gentlemen. That being said, the main event. We talked a lot about it on the onset, so we don't have to talk a lot about it here. But I want your predictions, and I already know what Cage's is going to be, so I want the professors first.
So, obviously, a lot going on here. We have the combustible elements that are top shelf Tyler Sims and Michael Mars. They've been the best of friends. They've been the worst of enemies. This thing has been going on for damn near 20 years now. Does it end tonight? I don't know. I really don't know. What I do know is Tyler Sims is coming in there with a weak link. He's got to work with a man that is not a wrestler. And I don't doubt that JT Cage and the Hat Guy have sat there and they've got a plan and they've trained and they've done all they can do. Whenever Hat Guy walks around confident and saying, I've got this, you have to be worried. Because you can dislike the original family, you can dislike the Hat Guy, but they always have something up their sleeve. Michael Mars needs to be ready for that. And it could go either way. It really could. I think I'm going to join with the Quakertown faithful and hope that we see a title change here tonight.
Hope that you see a title change, Keith.
That's what he said.
I don't even call you professor no more. No, I didn't give you that respect, Keith. Hope that you see a title change. What kind of how unbiased? Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Not saying that you think that there'll be a title change, but you're hoping for it, Keith. Yeah, you fix your earbuds, you fix your microphone, you fix your face. Like, no, you can hope all you want. Hope only gets you so far. Because Tyler Sims, the original Hat Guy, is definitely defeating Michael Mars. So you can take your hopes and stick it up your ass. Hoping for a title change. Big Elbow, do you hear? He hoping that he lose. What the hell are you hoping for? You're supposed to be unbiased. That's the most biased thing you said on the show. I don't even know why. He's a broadcast journalist. This is my show. This is my pre-show, Keith. hoping.
Okay.
I hope you can we erase this out of the show.
May I
hope that.
May I speak to that? The opinions of Professor Keith are his and his alone, and do not reflect the opinions of Around the Turnbuckle, the collective.
Well, shut the hell up.
I expect a fight. I expect a plan. I expect that this main event will be a barn burner because you have these two guys with the history that they have. You add the hat guy in the mix. Top shelf Tyler Sims earlier on this show promised that Michael Mars will not lay a finger on the original hat guy. I am concerned for the hat guy. I am not going to predict the winner because I think there's too many combustible elements here. But I do know this, that the original hat guy will have a plan because he always does. To that, I'll leave the floor to Mr. Cage.
I said what I said, hoping that he lose the title. I'm so mad at you, Keith. Like, you know what? I usually respect your opinion and all that, but now you're garbage. Like, you're going to talk about, they hope he lose the title. Not even saying that, oh, I think Michael Mars might perhaps beat Tyler Sims. Yeah, hoping he wins. No, let me tell you about this. Michael Mars bit off more than he could chew. Dino Santa and Michael Mars collectively put themselves in the dilemma. Michael Mars was to try to get the title off of Tyler Sims. You throw hat guy in there. He's not a wrestler. He's a manager. What you've been saying. You know? So, I mean, y'all can hope all you want. But Tyler Sims by himself will kick his ass. Will kick Mike Mars' ass. Then you throw in hat guy, who I personally know has been training, has been dieting, has been to Planet Fitness. He's been on treadmills and ellipticals, and he lifted a few weights. I know for a fact that he's ready. He's ready for a fight. He ain't here with me right now because I'm actually, soon we get off the air, I'm going to call him like, yo, get out of the damn gym. You're doing too much.
You got that, Professor?
Yeah.
I've heard that.
These guys fight dirty and they have allies. I'll be surprised if they even know how to have a fair fight.
What do you mean? Like, first of all, it's a handicap match. So, I mean, if two people are allowed to fight, I don't know if it's tag rules. You got tag in or both people are in. I don't even know the damn rules.
I guess we'll find out.
If somebody I got a plan, I ain't involved in this match. I got my own shit to worry about. I got Cody Rhodes. So, I mean, you can speculate about plans and all this other stuff. The only plan of action is this. Kick ass, get your hands raised, leave with titles. That's what the original family do. We both leave them with our titles, baby. That's our plan of action. Again, arrive, kick ass, leave with titles. That should be.
They do, Keith. You can't deny that.
Could be a shirt. They have been able to do that thus far. We'll see what happens tonight. There's no doubt that as much as Hat Guy is trained, Tyler Sims is going to be at a disadvantage having to worry about Michael Mars and his manager. The numbers might, in theory, favor Tyler Sims, but I think at the end of the day, they actually favor Michael Mars.
Oh, you're worried about that match now. I thought you had a lock.
Who, me? Worried about what match? My match?
I think he's worried. Yeah. I think she means the Tyler Sims and Hat Guy versus Michael Mars.
No, I think she was saying that he said he had Cody Rhodes on lock now. Because he used the word, I have my match to worry about.
Yeah, and you'll be fine.
Oh, no, I said it earlier. Like, I'm not taking this lightly with Cody Rhodes. You know what I mean? I've been said that. Like, don't get it twisted. I've been said, let's say like a walk in the park. Any match I have for this hardcore title is never walk in the park. There's too many combustible elements involved. You know what I mean? There's flying, there's people flying, there's women crying, there's children crying. You got autumn breeze probably popping up somewhere, but you can't this time.
No, not this time.
I mean, there's no rules. In the hardcore world of 3WA, there are no rules. You got to be prepared for anything and everything.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, for all we know, Nico Gray could run out there, and he could try to interject himself.
He's not suspended, not the word I'm looking for. He's not subjected to this rule of the 100 feet. He can come out and cost me the match. You always got to have your head on a swivel. It's very hard being a hardcore champion. I'm sure it's hard to be a champion, period. But especially with the hardcore title, there's no rules to anything. Someone come out and interfere, hey, that's just your luck. You know what I mean?
Well, let me be the first.
I'm cutting enough to be almost a year champion. That's why I'm cutting enough and straight and strong enough to handle that.
Let me be the first one on today's pre-show to say good luck, Mr. Cage. Also, I have every faith that come May, the big anniversary event in May, you will be 1 year 3WA Hardcore Champion. And that being said, I respect the hell out of that accomplishment. That's a good thing. That's a great thing.
Thank you, the Big Albowski. Keith, I don't hear your applause. Why ain't you clapping? You know, you're supposed to like ECW and stuff. I'm ECW in one body, baby. I busted open the franchise. Why ain't you clapping?
The bleeder of legends, Keith. The bleeder. Did you like my intro, Keith? Did you like my intro at the beginning of the show?
You're just so thirsty to get that original family shirt, aren't you?
You never know.
Well, I'm saying, why ain't you clapping, though, Keith? What do you not appreciate what I do?
I absolutely appreciate what you do. I said that earlier.
Well,
I don't always appreciate your attitude, but I appreciate what you do.
Get together. Let me see the hands get together.
You're not going to get him to do it there, Mr. Cage. We're going to wrap this up with saying, fans, if you have not been to a 3WA show in Quakertown, come on down and hang out with the Big Albowski and the Professor. And
you ain't hanging with me. I don't like none of you.
I didn't say. Did I say your name? I did not say your name.
No, I'm
and
see some. I'm just adding.
No,
don't get it twisted. I want these fans hanging with me. They can't.
I did not say you. Can you let me finish?
We might actually be able to use that as a lure to get them down there. You won't have to hang out with JT Cage.
I'm going to cut that audio. All right. Hang with the Professor. Hang with the Big Albowski. Come on down and see some great 3WA action like you've never seen. They always put on a great show. My hats off, our hats off, the Professor and I, hats off to Dino Santa and everybody involved that puts on these shows each and every month, the fourth Saturday of every month. Come on down, live, Quakertown, 6 o'clock, the doors open, and you see some great wrestling action. Like, they always put on a great show, Keith. You can't deny that.
No, everybody works hard in the 3WA, and we appreciate everybody, and we appreciate everybody in the 3WA for what they do for us, what they do for this show. I even appreciate JT Cage, even though he doesn't always appreciate me. There you go.
Hoping stuff, hoping titles get changed. Like, that's why we was cool until you said you hope my people lose. Yeah, buy merch.
Yes, buy merch.
You can even buy the original family shirt, but you ain't part of the family. But you can try to act like you do, so you can cosplay and be
nice to the camera guy. Like, she knows him, right?
Yeah, like she knows the camera guy.
She knows the camera guy. Hey, I'd like to know. She had a comment earlier about brownies. What do I got to do to get one of those brownies, Michelle?
I don't know. Apparently, she baked me brownies during this broadcast because she needed to be in the kitchen, but at least it came to good use. So all you have to do is see the merch girl, and maybe she'll have brownies for you. How true that is?
All right.
Woman lie.
Yeah, it's always a great time, fans. Come on down to Quakertown at the Q Mart, 3WA live action, and you get they have an intermission where you get to interact with some of the wrestlers.
Not me.
And you get
not him.
You get to buy some T-shirts. You get to have your picture taken with the wrestlers.
Not me.
It's always a family-friendly event, so come on down to Quakertown live
Everything
tonight.
Everything you just said is not me. I'm not family-friendly. I don't care about the family.
They are in the oven. See, she was baking. There you go.
Well, good. Bring them, Tooks. I ain't taking pictures with your kids. I ain't family friendly.
We weren't talking about you. We're talking about the 3WA as a whole.
You did all your stuff. Like, see me at Q Mart. See me and Professor Keith at Q Mart. No, don't see me at Q Mart. See me in the ring when I'm kicking ass. I ain't going to meet you before the show. I ain't going to meet you after the show. I ain't family friendly. I ain't signing your autographs. I ain't taking your pictures. I'm just there to arrive, kick ass, and leave with titles. Hello. My name is the ruiner of it all, JT Cage, and that's what I do.
All right. Professor, before we get out of here, I want to make a quick announcement, if Mr. Cage will indulge me, and that is tomorrow night on Around the Turnbuckle at 6 p.m., the return of Greg, the Thundercat Cable, will be here live at 6 o'clock. A friend of the show, so we can't wait for that. As for tonight, I hope we see you all down in Quakertown for the big 3WA live event, 6 o'clock. Come on down and see some great wrestling action and see Mr. Cage do what he does best, and that's kick some ass. Professor, any parting gifts?
No, I think we've covered everything. Come on down to Quakertown, folks. It's always a good show. It's always a good time. Support your local wrestling. That's what we're all about here. And that's really all I've got for you.
Mr. Cage, the final word. You are the guest host.
The guest host? Oh, time out. Hell no. That guest host. This is my pre-show. You guys are guests of mine. So, in closing, I would like to say, can't wait to fight.
JCM?
Oh, hello.
Oh, hell to the nah. We ain't closing this show until we get some word, JCM. I hope your recovery's going good because maybe I can get a proper competitor for this hardcore title. I've been hardcore champion, JCM, now for almost a year. If I beat Cody Rhodes today, I will make it to a year. And then I go to the cage match, and I don't even defend the title. But if you're feeling limber, you're feeling ready, I've been warming it up, and I've been waiting for your return. You're one of my most fierce competitors I've ever been in that ring with.
Yeah.
And imagine we can throw down with hardcore rules. Yeah, I think people want to see that. I want to see that. I want to be a part of that. So, JCM, I hope you are recovering very well. I'm going to keep this hardcore title and hold it down. And then you and I will do a proper battle for this title.
All right, before you were interrupted by JCM, you had some final thoughts, and we'll get out of here.
Thoughts, like to see him pop in, as always, that took my thoughts, but my final
that was not planned. He just basically threw that at me at the last minute because he saw we were going off.
And I meant every word I said. JCM, heal up, get better. I'm gonna keep this on lock, and then we're gonna do a proper battle over it. But you're in my list, man. Bring it. Oh, it's been brought. Like, bring it. I don't turn down nothing but to get to sing. And even then, I don't.
Can't wait for that.
In closing, what I would like to say is, come out to Q-Mart today. Doors open at 6 p.m.-ish. There's going to be some battles. We got some titles on the line. My title on the line, the 3WA Hardcore Championship. You got the Extreme Championship. You got the High Impact Championship. You got the Tag titles. I think pretty much every title is on the line.
Every title, yeah.
Thereabouts, yep.
Yeah, so every title is on the line. There's going to be some things going down. There's going to be some asses kicked. But 3 of those asses that won't be kicked will be me. Another one that won't be kicked will be Tyler Sims. And especially another one that won't be kicked is the original Hack Guy. So come on out, pay your money, sit in your seats, and shut the hell up. And then when it's over, go to bed.
My thanks to the 3WA heavyweight champion Tyler Sims for popping in and sharing his thoughts on tonight's big main event. Also to his challenger, main event Michael Mars, for chiming in, and everybody who chimed in, Michelle, JCM, everybody who chimed in. Thank you very much for joining us here today. We'll see you tonight at Quakertown. I'm the Big Albowski. He's the Professor. He is the reigning, defending 3WA Hardcore Champion, the franchise, the ruiner of it all, JT Cage.
That's right.
And we will see you tonight in Quakertown, folks.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this contest is for one fall. Is for the WWE